What is going on? Hey, everybody, JT here in the studio with you. Studio 10-4 live with a big show for you today, man. We got something going on that we started last year, and it was so much fun that I thought, you know what, we need to bring this back. In fact, I think this is just going to be our thing every year, and we'll talk to JC here in a moment about it. But I really like the fact that we brought this thing to the live format last year. Got all the first big rig builders coming back in and talking about what was going on. Well, that's what we're doing again today. It is big rig build off time, and this is the show. The goal here today is to have all of the builders, including defending champion Davis Brothers, on here as well. And we're kind of light in the green room right now, but we got a few guys in there, so hopefully everybody's making their way back home and going to get in the barn on time, and they can get their computers fired up so we can get them all in here for you guys. So thanks everybody for tuning in so far. TW, you're the first man in the show today, and Dougie with the burritos. There's Randy. What's going on, man? So Randy Manning in the green room waiting for us to bring him in and get this thing going. Shannon, Eric, everybody's chiming in. That's great. So obviously, you guys know what's going on coming up in March. We got the Mid-America Truck Show, and that's going to be happening March 27th, 28th, and 29th. Those are the official days. We will actually be there Wednesday all day and live streaming from out in the PKY Truck Beauty Championship lot. And that's where we're going to be hanging out. Maybe throw some stuff from inside in. And, on Wednesday, we have a pretty good chance of actually still capturing a signal inside the place so that we can stream from inside of the buildings. Come Thursday morning, man, that's a tough order. There's just too many people. So when that happens, we just record everything and upload it, but we get it up there and right away. And if it's possible that we can have a signal, we'll do that. So looking forward to all of us. Team 10-4, of course, going to be there, all on board at Matt's again. And that means all of Team 10-4 at the booth, out in the PKY lot, roaming around the show and doing what we do every year. And we got some special things planned for you guys. Want to take a second too and just give a shout out. We have a brand new, and I'm going to bring their name up here because I want to make sure I get it right. Got a brand new sponsor that came on board with us, and we want to shout out to them, and that's Crumbs Leasing. Check them out over on our Facebook page and get to know them. We're hoping that we can get these guys together with us in Louisville, and if we do so, we'll make sure and go and talk to them and say howdy. So you guys know about this big rig build off, right? Well, you think you might. I'm going to bring the man in that does, because he's the guy that kind of helps bring this and make it happen. It's our buddy JC Alt. What's going on, JC?
Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing?
We are doing good. I'm doing good. I'm sure everybody else is all right. Everybody that's here so far. We got Siebes in the house, and April Siebes. We got both of the Siebes. Miss Jean Asuji, co-creator, founder, and HR for 10-4 magazine. She just tuned in. Hi, Jean. JC, always good to have you back on this show, and let's talk about Matt's, but more importantly, let's talk about Paul K. Young and the big rig build off, man. We got ourselves a little bit more going on this year than last year, and we have all new talent aside from our defending champions, right?
Sure. The Davis brothers will be back to defend their title, and this year's winner will go on to come back next year to defend their title as well.
Right. Good deal. And rightly so, by the way. Last year's winners, the Davis brothers, and that beautiful which ended up on the cover of 10-4 magazine, Peterbilt truck that they built. And I mean, that whole thing from end to end, I mean, what a rig, right?
They left no stones unturned, just like they always do. And the more you looked at it, the more that you saw, and it was just complete and fit and finish, and it was just all of those trucks were very nice. The Davis just kind of stepped out of the box and did some things, and but so did the other builders. It was my judges spent about 2 hours per truck judging it. They just didn't walk around and say, okay, that's the winner, and they walked away. They gave everybody time to show every piece of craftsmanship that they had done to their truck.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody missed anything. I think everything landed exactly where it was supposed to, and I think everybody agreed. I know everybody agreed. I interviewed everybody, and I think everybody felt like it went the way it should have went. This year, and we haven't talked about this at all, but who do we have back for judges this year?
I got the three amigos again.
Okay.
Guys really did me a solid last year. Came in with their names behind them. I've confirmed with all three of them, and we started the platform last year. And as long as I can keep them happy, I would like to continue to have them back. Then that way, each year they're judging with their experience and what set the bar, and we're not switching judges around and just flipping things around. I think we've set a platform now, and them guys are all well-known guys and respected in their fields. So, it's very important to me to get them back again this year.
So let's name them off. We got Jeff Patello back again. Yes.
Rod Pickett and Adrian.
Go ahead. Rod Pickett.
Yep, and Adrian.
Was Jeff Patello a judge last year? Jeff was a judge last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, you just said Jeff Patello.
Yeah. So Jeff, Rod Pickett,
and Adrian.
Okay. All right. 10-4. All right.
Yep.
Bringing what you have coming into the build-off this year, what was criteria? Were we same as last year? Did you change it up? Invitation only, right?
Only, same as last year. We added there'll be 4 trucks this year with the defending champion. So there'll be 5 trucks in the total build-off for the grand prize of $25,000.
Right on. Okay, good deal. All right, we're going to bring these guys in. We've got 3 of our 5 in the studio right now, so we're still waiting on a couple of guys. But let's talk about some other stuff that is going on at Matt's. Let's talk Mid-America Truck Show now. Some changes. We saw a big one last year. Overall, it was moving the show trucks out to the front. 2025, we say goodbye to the West Wing, right?
Yes, if there's going to be some renovation down there. I haven't been down there. I'll be down there this weekend to see how far along they've gotten, but it'll be renovated, and the West Wing will become as nice as the South Wing. I don't know what their year plan is or how many year plan they've got going on for the total renovation of the fairgrounds, but I do know that the West Wing is the next wing that's going to get the updated and the extra board rooms and obviously better facilities and stuff like the South Wing has already underwent.
I mean, and this is just me. I mean, I kind of liked the vibe of the West Wing. It was sort of the Wild West, and right.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of things that go on in that fairgrounds, and I know that the truck show suffers a little bit because you can't have a very tall vehicle in the West Wing, or it's very limited access. The South Wing, you can pretty much take anything in there you want, and I'm sure with campers and the farm shows down there right now, I'm sure that it's not very easy to maneuver an overhyped piece of equipment in there, and so it'll be opportunities to grow and more accessible for the bigger stuff.
Right. Well, the West Wing was, like I said, it was a Wild West. It was a different vibe out there. I think what you guys have done by moving things into the South Wing, primo, great strategy. I really think moving the show trucks out there where you did into the front like last year, and they'll be back there again this year, really was a smart move. It just was a reinvigorating move for the show and helping to kind of centralize everything. This move, I think, really does that by putting just a great flow of everything that's indoors, and especially for us here at 10-4 Magazine, because we're in the furthest north. We're in the north corner. Now all we need to do is kind of just walk straight down that wall, and we'll go from end to end of the show, right?
Yep.
Pretty much. I mean,
I think, there was some hesitation last year with it going up front, but I had a vision, and I held everybody's feet to the fire because I really thought that that's what needed to happen. And, one of my selling points was we've got a piece of pie, or a pie, and we've divided it into 4 spots. The show takes a piece, the sponsors take a piece, the competitors take a piece, and the spectators take a piece, and everybody, there's plenty of it to go around. And I think everybody won last year. Depending on what your view is of the show, everybody won, and there was still plenty of pie to be had.
Yeah.
And the sponsors, and all in all, it just more visible. I don't think you could really find an argument with it not wanting to be up front.
I want to get these guys on the show here, and when we do that, we'll get them to introduce who they are here, kind of one at a time. But I look forward to us being in Mid-America at Louisville again, and being able to do what we do. 10-4 Magazine, been there many, many years myself. I started going back in 2004. I think that was the first year that I went. And now since 2016 or 17, I've been going every year that we've had the show. And again, this is the 52nd show. Now, however many years that means, really, because we got 2 years of COVID, we didn't get to have a show, but this is the 52nd show. We're agreement on that, right?
I believe so.
Okay. I want to say also, everybody, this will be the first round of having all the builders on Studio 10-4 Live. Excuse me. We're going to follow up in March and bring everybody back and see where everybody's at in March when we get a little closer to the build-off date and everybody having to show up, making sure everybody's on track and getting their stuff ready to go. So first guy I want to bring in is I'm going to bring on buddy Mr. Randy Manning in. Randy, you got the build-off right there in your face, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me take that out of there. Let me move that out of there. There you go, man.
Yeah.
We'll take that out for right now. But Randy, and Randy, I got to laugh because I can't show it on the screen, but y'all seen the promo that's out there for the build off, and there's this big dude on the end. I don't know who the hell he is, but here's Randy Manning.
Well, they said it was an old picture, so that's what we used. We used an old picture. So
Yep. I get it, man. How have you been, Randy?
Good. Busy.
Good. Hey, listen, I didn't get to chat with you before and do a little pre-production, but you don't have to give up what you're building. And I think that's kind of where everybody's at. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. I want you to know that going in so you don't throw what you're doing out there and end up, being the only one. Okay.
All right.
There you go. So with that said, what are you building? Kidding.
Well, I know it's on everybody's mind. Everybody thinks it's going to be a dump truck, but it's not going to be a dump truck this time. I mean, everybody's wondering, am I bringing a dump truck? But it's not a dump truck this time. So
that's funny too, because you know what? That was our first thought. In fact, I think Dan said, "Wait a minute, you mean he's not building a dump truck?" And I said maybe. Anyway, we know now. Everybody knows now that it's not. You're obviously building something else. And that's okay. But listen, tell me what it was like to get down this process. In fact, what was the first thing that happened? How'd you get involved in this?
Well, last year we talked to JC at the show and was really interested in it and talked to him throughout the whole show. Spent a lot of time with him and his crew, talking to them back and forth. I had another truck there last year that we helped guy build. And I kind of mentioned my name to Jason and said, I might be a candidate if you want to do something like that for the following year. And he said, well, we'll put your name in the hat and see what happens. And we'll follow up if that end up taking that place. And so got a phone call, months back and was kind of flattered that he called and they kind of asked me to be on it. And, I kind of said, yeah. I said that was kind of a, unique thing to do. And I thought, well, if I don't build mine, I'll build somebody else's. And a good friend of mine called me and he's like, listen, he said, if you're going to do the build off, please do it on your own. Don't do a build off truck for somebody else. He said, if you're going to do it on your own. He said, I want you to know that. I think it would mean more to you and me if you would do something for yourself instead of somebody else. And I said, well, I appreciate that. So me and my wife, we decided that that's what we was going to do. We're going to do it by ourselves. So.
I have to agree with that, and to a point, because there's always somebody else involved, and while you're doing it from a kind of a pure standpoint, it is just you, but there's always somebody else involved in these builds. There's always somebody who does an interior. I mean, not everybody is able to do everything, so we farm stuff out, but that's cool, man. Everything you got going on, it's all about what you bring to the show. And if it's ready and if it's presentable and meaning that it's all done, man, that's the big thing. Everything's got to be done, right?
Yeah, we've held this truck back for several years. And Troy, he was, at Roadworks before he passed away. We talked for months and a couple of years. And, I said, he's like, when are you going to get that truck done? When are you going to get that one? He said, every time you turn around, you're building another dump truck. And I'm like, I don't know. He said, man, it would be really cool if you would get that truck out and bring it out of the weeds and finish it. So, when we did that, we talked about it and thought about it. And I'm like, he wouldn't want anything else than for me to drag it out of the woods and build it this time. So what a perfect opportunity it's going to be. And, he rides with me every day. I got a hat with his name on it. He rides with me every day in a truck that I drive every day. So, to bring that truck out and put it in the shop and start building on it's bittersweet. So,
yeah. Well, and Troy Huddleston, who we're talking about, class of 2023 Wall of Fame at the Mid-America Truck Show. I'm looking at the website right now. We had a really good class last year and got ourselves another one coming up here. So glad you're able to carry that with you and of course carry on Troy's spirit. I want to bring in our next builder, and that's going to be Bill and Luke Rethwisch. How you guys doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. So father-son duo, man. We've had a daddy-daughter duo last year, and now we get to have a father-son duo.
That's more of I just help. I don't do much. It's more of a Luke duo.
Okay, well, I won't throw Luke under the bus. So Luke, how you making this happen, man? Are you running this? First of all, introduce yourself and tell everybody how old you are and what you do.
My name's Luke Rethwisch, and I'm 17 years old, work in the shop, and got the opportunity to build this truck for the build-off, so pretty excited about that.
And how long you been involved with your dad working the shop? And I mean, did you start off, chasing and a gopher and sweeping and, did you bring him up right, Bill?
Absolutely. This kid worked his tail off to get to where he is. And I'll just tell you, 2 nights ago, we worked on this truck all day long. And at 9:30 at night, he came in and he said, hey, Bob's having trouble. Brakes locked up on the highway. He went out, got in the service truck, and he got back at 9 o'clock the next morning, and he worked the rest of the entire day. So the kid just works. I'm very proud of Luke, and I'm proud to be able to help him in this build off. And make no mistake, I am just helping this guy. Everything that you're going to see when this truck comes to Louisville is going to be all Luke with me helping. I'm not giving any advice. Well, maybe a little here and there, but not like it's all his design. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. And Bill, I don't know about you, man, but I never slept until I was 40 anyway. So for him,
I'm making up for it now that I'm 50.
There you go. So Luke, we discussed whether you wanted to, disclose or not, and you opted out to not, and that's fine. But without giving it up and letting everybody know what you're doing, what can you tell us that we want to hear about this thing?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, if you're on 10-4, you're cool, man. That's a given. So we know you got yourself a cool build happening. What's the team like? Who all's involved helping you do this, and how much are you doing yourself? I mean, are you doing tear down, breakdown, build up, paint, interior? What are you doing? Are you doing everything?
I'm me and then the guys in the shop and one of my buddies that I've been friends with for a while. He's in there helping me with it every day, and we're tearing it all down, putting it all back together. We have a guy out of house that does our painting, and then another person that does our interior out of house.
Okay.
The rest of it, all the wrenching and everything, and all the other custom stuff, we do all here in house.
Okay. All right. Hey, JC and Randy, you guys can jump in anytime you got a question or you want to talk some smack. You're all aboard here, man. It's a free reign, man. You cross talk or whatever you guys want to do. In fact, just so we get it, make sure we got a full field, I'm going to bring Bill and Cody into the mix, and you guys hanging out there and waiting for us to get you in here. And this is Bill and Cody Warner, who I thought at first was Bill Cody, and I have no idea who Bill Cody was. So, but that is Bill and Cody over there. So, again, another father-son, right? Build off team, and
son and grandson.
Yeah.
Cody, your grandson?
No, my grandson. It's his truck.
It's my oldest truck. We're building.
Okay. All right. Cool. And I'd like to say, just so everybody knows a little bit, I can say everybody's building a Class 8 truck without giving anything away. Come on, guys, and help me out here. It is going to be, I think, a pretty cool deal here when I am able to tell you guys. Maybe when we get closer in March, we can let people know what's going on. But there's some pretty awesome builds happening here at this build off. Nothing to take away from last year, but I think we got some special items coming to the show. How's things going with your guys' build? How far along are you?
We're up to the frame.
Yeah.
We've got the frame all together.
Okay.
We've actually took 3 trucks to make one.
Yeah.
So we've got the frame all pretty much done. We're working on the cab. Actually, we're painting on the cab tonight on the cab panel, so the roof panel.
Gotcha. I got I think our last guy coming in, and I'm not sure, but I'm going to ask him here right now. TW, if you can hear me, buddy, who are you hanging with right now? Because I need to know if you're with Johnny Henderson or if you're just on your own. Let me know that. So it's just easier for me to ask him that. I got TW McDermott here in the wings trying to get into the show, and I wasn't sure if he was hanging with Johnny Henderson or not. JSH, yeah, okay. So you guys need to click on the link so you can get into the show, okay? The link I sent you, click on it, and it'll take you right on in. All right, perfect. And then the last ones that we haven't got in the show yet are Davis brothers. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder where they're at. They must be buried under a truck somewhere. You guys, either one of you can field this question, but how'd you get involved in this thing, and where did that come about for you? I mean, tell us that process. What made you want to be even in this contest?
Who are you asking, us?
Yes, sir. Bill or Cody.
We've been going down there for 25 years, and it's got a lot of history down there. I don't know. We were building this truck for my grandson anyway, so we decided we might as well build it up to take down there.
All right. I mean, as far as the build off goes, and this is second year back for this build off and this competition. Do you know all the other guys? Does everybody here so far know each other or not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, quit acting like you don't know each other.
Me and Bill drag raced at Thunder Valley when he had the white and yellow truck.
Oh.
Yeah, we did, and I got beat. That ain't gonna happen again.
Oh yeah, right. You got me at the end of the track.
We got a vendetta right there, bud.
I could get him off the line, but I couldn't get him at the end. He was gone at the end.
So what are we talking? Are we talking big truck drag rig, or are we talking cars?
Big
It was
road,
the big trucks
big
when
rigs.
Fitzgerald
Okay.
had a show out at Bristol one year, and we got to go down the drag strip, and it was a pretty good time. Randy had his black and green W9 there, that nice dump bucket he had. So
And Troy was riding with me. I asked Troy on the line. I said, "What gear I put it in?" He said, "Just put it in gear and let out on the clutch. It'll go."
that was one of my favorite memories.
I mean, he was fist pumping and everything in the passenger seat. He was like, "Just put it in gear."
We need to get you guys out to Trucking for
on the
Kids.
radio when we got towards the end that one time, I think.
Yeah.
We need to get you guys out to Trucking for Kids, where you can run down the track there in Famoso. What do you think?
I'd love to go out there and just got to make the timing work.
Yeah, I've been there, but I didn't go on the track. He was tearing up enough stuff for me out there. I want to get home. I said, I ain't tearing mine all the way up out here. It's too far to get home.
I've got I still have TW over here on the side trying to get in. TW, you got to get it figured out, man. I sent it to your email you sent me, so you guys click on that thing. It's not going to come on your phone, and just check your email, and it's in there. There's your link. You guys give him a call and get him rattled, man, because I can't talk to you guys and do everything I got to do here. And by the way, he's working with the Henderson guys and trying to get them in. That's who he's hanging with. This second time around, you guys were at the show last year. What'd you think of the build off last year? And did it give you guys any kind of a drive, or I want to do something like that, or I'm not going to do anything like that? I mean, how did that happen? Anybody want to field that? Any one of you guys?
I thought it was awesome seeing everybody there last year and seeing what they brought, and I think it definitely brings back some nostalgia of years gone by, and I think it's a great addition, along with moving the show up to the front, and it gives people that have worked very, very hard to get to where they're at to maybe try to hit that next level, and definitely was jealous to see those guys last year and honored to be there this year.
Well, and there it is, man. I mean, this is an invitation thing. So, JC, invitations go out, and you've got your list you work from, and it's first come, first serve, right?
Yeah, we kind of try to see who's the big hitters, who's the pain in the butt for normal guys, and all these guys, when you see them show up, that they're going to be in your hair, and, they're going to do their homework. And we just decided to bring the build off back to create another class to let's just be honest, let the big boys play, and
right.
And give some of the other guys a chance. And these guys have all hit. Now let's challenge them, and let's see what else they got up their sleeve to go to the next level. And it was several things in the build off to bring back, but that was one of the things is challenge these guys one more time to go over the top and set a name for themselves and set the precedents for the years to come. And we don't have any plans of anytime soon of shutting it down. And in fact, we have a couple of ideas for sleeve for the years to come. And we're trying not to do it all in one, because I don't want to overextend myself, but we've got some ideas coming, and they're going to happen.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, look, this show, I mean, here you go. We're 52. This is the 52nd, version of the Mid-America Truck Show. And it's, the world's gone through a hell of a lot in 50 years. And so has this show. I mean, it's come out the other end of the pandemic, like the rest of us here have. It's done some changing and morphing, and so is the industry. And there's all kinds of things that have gone on. Yet here we go back kind of, to a point where, let's put creativity to the ultimate test, right? I want to hear, and anybody again can field this question. Are you guys good with the format on the build off, that it's whatever. It's like sky's the limit, right? Doesn't have to be a truck that's going to pull anything. It's about building something completely creative and a one-off. What do you guys think? Is that good? Luke, I kind of see your head spinning a little bit. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I like it. You can see what other people want to do and who's going to work theirs and who's not and stuff like that.
Well, but when it comes down to it, so let me say this. I've seen comments that, some people think, hey, if you're going to build a show truck, it should have to still pull a load and do all these other things. I'm not of that mindset. That's not me. I think this is a custom one-off build, as crazy a truck as you want. And I mean, look at Storm Surge last year. Look at Jeff Patello's bucket that he built, years ago. Those trucks aren't pulling anything, okay? And we all know that. So let's just get that off the table. That's my thought. So is anybody else kind of on that same track, or am I missing the whole thing here?
I like to go into it as, I think anybody that knows us knows that every single thing that we've ever built, we will work it. And I really enjoy that. And I really enjoy what other people do too. Like Storm Surge was an awesome truck. It's not something that I would want in my barn for working, but I get the whole. Well, maybe that horse.
What? No, why not?
That was in that thing, but it's kind of like I've told people in the past, when we go to a truck show and we show up as a working truck, we like to make the people that are in limited mileage worried until they know I'm not in limited mileage. And this is not going to be no different going in there. We're going to show up with a truck that might be able to work when it's done. It might not be able to, but we want to make the rest of you guys on this show a little worried. How about it?
Yeah. And you guys, Bill, Cody, what about you guys? What do you think?
We're building one to haul coal. Just as soon as this is over with, it's going to be hauling coal.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the way I'm building too. I mean, I feel the same way. I'm a strong believer. If it can't make its own meat, it don't need to be built. So I'm a firm believer in that too. I think it needs to make its own keep it on the table. So if it needs to leave that show and pull an 80,000-pound load home, that's what it's got to do. And I'm a firm believer on that too. So
well. Then I think we got a mixed bag here of what should or shouldn't be. I mean, and I'm on board. Believe me, I'm on board, and I'm sending another invite out here so we can get our Davis Brothers guys in here. I'm on board either way. I just feel like my thought, and I'm just the guy in front of the camera putting you guys all together to talk about this. I think that in this particular thing, I think there needs to be something that says, okay, this build off is a designated, anything goes, doesn't have to or has to pull a load, whatever. I think it's a don't have to. But listen, if you build something that's badass and it wins in this thing and it can pull a load, well, shit, more power to you. JC, what do you think?
That's what I was getting ready to say. I haven't talked to T-Dub. I'm not sure if that truck's going to work, but I know that the other four are going to be turnkey, and probably a couple of them are going to be, in fact, just driven to the show. I'm on the fence. I mean, like Storm Surge, that's really cool. Jeff's truck was cool, but I think I've got a group of guys this year that are all going to drive them away or drive them there, and they're going to go to work and earn their keep. And so I think that brings another element of surprise into the deal. And I haven't seen everybody's build this year, but what I have seen, the creativity is it's on another level again. That's what I want. And I want, the builders to, have a friendly, competition between them. But the pictures that I've had shared with me, I think everybody's going to be scratching their head and saying, wow, these guys never cease to amaze me. And, that's why we get these groups of guys together. It's, we don't want to see the same old. And like I said, the pictures that I have seen, I mean, they're outside the box again.
You know what? I think there's kind of any which direction this thing could go. I think that at some point, maybe, so everybody kind of feels like they're on the same page. Maybe you let it, be a part of here's what we're doing. This is what it's going to be. The main show itself, with everybody out there in the field, the open field, and then the different classes that they're in, they have those things ahead of them. There's guys that are, driving their truck in. They brought a trailer, dropped it. If they're going to show bobtail, maybe they're going to show combo, and they're bringing the whole thing in. I mean, there's so many guys come to mind that what they brought's what they run, and they get that thing dialed in, and they do really well for years. Some of these guys have, done very well with the same truck. So I think that opportunity's out there, but this build off, man, I think this one's kind of like an open class kind of anything goes deal. But again, that's just my thing. I would have loved to have seen anybody with one of those trucks last year, pull a load out of there, which Davis Brothers did. Hell, they brought their combo in and parked it as such. So how's everybody this year? And you don't have to give it up. Is everybody coming bobtail or combo? And the competition, JC, is supposed to be bobtail, only bobtail judged?
Only bobtail in the show this year. And, thanks to our sponsor, Andy and First Class Services, he and I have been talking very on what's the next level of this. And, there's some potential big things coming on that deal for the build off, for the builders. And there again, we're just going to keep challenging people to keep doing crazy stuff. But like I said, this year, I think that everybody's going to really appreciate everybody's build. And, it's not going to be, I've got this and I can go to the motel and not think about it. These guys they've got their work cut out for them. And I think it's a good group of guys. I really do. And what I've seen at the trucks, I think people are going to be impressed and be talking about all 5 trucks here.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to it. And incidentally, I'm going to get everybody on Thursday and Friday. At least that's my plan so far. I'll be going to you guys, interviewing you at the show, doing walk around, introducing your truck to our audience. And hopefully we can be live streaming from out at the PKY lot as we did last year. All right, now we got these goofballs in here. Finally figured out how to turn a damn light switch on. What are you nuts doing?
I don't know what to do.
Holy hell. Look at you, TW. You got it. Huh?
And we're not even.
His audio keeps, you see, now your audio keeps going in and out.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. All right. So who do we got there in the background?
You've got Nolan Henderson and Kenny Burrows, Jordan Henderson. We can't find him. He's working on something right now. He's not a big fan. When you got a deadline, you got to kind of keep turning wrenches.
So do this for me, and that way we can see everybody back there. Turn your phone, rotate it. Let me see if it gives us a better look. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
That's what we're looking for.
Now,
well, welcome to the program, gentlemen.
Well, we finally figured it out.
Yeah. Does everybody here know TW and his group there?
Yes. I know.
Okay, you guys can start throwing raspberries or whatever at him at this point.
Hey, look, we feel like Ricky, Bobby. We don't even know how we got here, but we're sure glad to be hanging out.
Oh, it's a
from moving my hands like Will Ferrell. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good. Well, huh?
I said we're all excited, kind of like a kid in the candy store.
All right. Well, let me throw this at you. Everybody, and this was all individually. Everybody decided they're gonna withhold what they're building. They're not gonna let on to what it is. You don't have to do that if you don't want. If you want to tell everybody, you can.
The only thing we'll let out of the bag is Penske is going to be pissed when they come and get this truck. I'm talking about that to us, but hey, we need a good Cascadian to fleet around here. Somebody will drive it.
Okay, and let me ask this. I didn't ask this question yet. Does everybody here know what everybody else is building?
No.
No.
Top
No.
secret.
A couple of us do.
Yeah, a couple of us do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
I
right. So
figure it's going to be real cool what everybody brings. It's a, you know.
So some do, some don't. That's all right. I've got one more of you guys, and it's going to be Kevin Johnson coming in on behalf of Davis Brothers, and apparently who Brian was going to be on is out running. So you know, you got to turn and burn, right? But we'll get hopefully we'll get Kevin on, and he can tell us about what's going on with Davis Brothers. So TW, what are you doing in this mix, man? What's your position?
Like, all I've done is kind of bring everybody together. You know, we got Bob with the lights and Harry with the stacks and everybody else. And I don't know how in the hell I ended up where we're at today, but I'm glad to be here. Like I said, we walked around for years looking at all these cool guys and stuff, and now we're here to compete. And I'm telling you, we're going to be tired by the time this deal gets. Because eventually I'm going to have to go back to work. I'm poor. So, but, you know.
Well,
out, so we, you know, plenty of guys slinging wrenches here. That's a like
you know what my motto is? My motto is I owe, so off to work I go.
Excited.
That's it. So all you guys that are here with us so far too, and I asked this question, TW, I didn't you weren't in yet. You hadn't figured out how to turn the gas on yet, but what'd you think about last year? Did last year, you know, put some kind of burr under everybody's saddle in your bunch to build something?
We all kind of looked around and we're like, we need to do this. And just the opportunity and the invite, like Kenny said a while ago, when we've all watched all this on social media and walked around seeing it at shows and all the stuff we see, and now we're sitting on a live feed with all you guys getting to compete, it'd be kind of like, well, we won't bring Mike Tyson into it because the Jake Paul deal just shit, I ain't gonna lie. But it's neat to be here. We're all, I mean, I want to do this as many times as we can in our life. We're trying to get to where we build trucks for a living and we drive them and put them together and buy them and sell them. And we just hope the pager don't go off or we got to go get one out of the median, or I might have turned into a record guy today. I'm holding a sign or something because I don't know shit about a tow truck. But we're just
Karen, Joe, this your wife, right? She says you've gotten comfortable being a house husband, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now she's on there. She's chiming in. Looky there. Get a vote from the peanut gallery. Hi, babe. And just in case you're watching, hi, River.
Karen, good to have you on. Karen, Joe, good to have you on the show. You know, listen, you guys, there's a lot going on leading up to this. And a show of hands. So we've got 4 builders in here and me and JC. Hands up if you're driving this thing and it's going to go pull loads after you leave the show. All right. Randy, I don't know, buddy. You might have to measure up at the end of this thing to get that done, I guess, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I can't say, you know, for the Davis brothers what they got going on, but first thing everybody's got to do is beat them because they're the defending champs. So whatever you guys got and you're bringing, it's got to be something to take them and knock them off their perch a little bit there. I think that you guys are going to be representing well. I have no doubts about it. It is a great group here. And as much as I'd like to hang on, and if I can, we will oh, wait a minute. Hey, oh, there he is. I want to bring him in right now, man. Kevin, how you doing, buddy?
Whew, I'm good now.
You mean you're worse at this than I am?
No, I was at the shop and I noticed that the live thing was on, and I got a hold of Brian, and he goes, "Crap, I forgot." So I was like flying, getting home. I told Kim, "Get the computer out."
Look, that's when you know you're the big time. Like, oh shit, I had Oprah today.
No,
Oh, man.
I was.
Oh, that hurt.
This may sound like a bunch of crap, but I was working on our truck.
But just for authenticity, we're still at the shop too.
Well, I
We
just
got
got
pretty
here.
long
So.
to sit in front of now. Pretty neat.
Yeah. Well, and Kevin, let's talk for a minute, man. How's things looking there at Davis Brothers? How's the build going?
It's going pretty good.
Good.
I feel like we're in a pretty good position for this time of year, because I was talking to the guys today, and I said, you always get like bent out of shape thinking, oh my gosh, where are we at? Are we going to get done? Do we have enough time? And I think back to where we were last year with our build that we brought. And I think the general census at the shop was, I feel like we're in as good or better shape now than where we were last year. So I feel pretty good about it.
Good. Well, and just to reiterate too, we're going to do a follow-up, and it's going to be in March. It'll be right before we all head to Louisville, and kind of see where everybody's at, and make sure you guys are all on track to be there and show up and get everything in line and on time. So look forward to that one too. That's going to be another good show. And at that point, maybe we can do the reveal of what everybody's building, or you guys can lie. I don't care. Hell, y'all can lie about it right now and tell us all a bunch of lies. Let's all be truckers and just tell lies and stories. I mean, that's kind of how we roll, right?
Well, we've joked around about how we're going to bring a Mac just to mix it up a little bit.
Oh yeah. You know what? I don't, and listen, I don't know if this is true or not. I heard there might be a Volvo showing up. So who knows, right?
That's maybe what I heard at T-Dub's camp, but I shouldn't be giving out his.
What I was thinking.
Hey, look, as much as this stuff costs, we need to save fuel, guys. You can't pick on us for being,
That's right.
Hey, man, the way things are going, you might see a Tesla sometime soon too. You never know.
We couldn't get Elon to the phone.
I don't know, man. I'll tell you what. We are in a historic time in our country right now, in our industry. I'm yet to be convinced what direction it's going with builds and how they're going to, be. But I think, PACCAR's doing what PACCAR does, and that's try to make things work. And I think they're doing a good job. I mean, the 990, I got no problem with that, and I got no problem with 589. It is what it is, man. I mean, we all stood around when the 359 went to the curb for the 379, which went to the curb for the 389, which is now on the curb for the 589, right? Yeah. So
say that 3 times.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Forget about that.
On when they're hoovering around like spaceships, like we're supposed to be driving by now.
Right.
You know what? Caleb Hammett.
Stereo on it, Kevin.
Yeah, Caleb Hammett's on the show. Hey, Caleb, good to have you on the show, buddy. And he's got a point. Yeah, bring gliders back. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Really? I mean,
we're in a good position to bring them back at this point right now. I'll say that.
Yeah. The whole, there was probably so many politics involved with taking them out of the game. That's probably a whole nother show in itself. So here we go. Dan Lynn's, he says 12-inch stacks and short wheelbases are the new thing.
Short but funky.
I have no idea. And what, 8V92s?
Hey, don't joke. I looked about it at 892.
Hey, man, I got no problem with that. You do throw yourself a silver 92 under the hood and smoke out the stacks. You got a big rig. Listen, guys, pleasure having you all on the show. In closing, let's go around and just, Randy, what you got to say to everybody?
It's just an honor to be even in the same group with these guys. I mean, hands down Kevin and Billy and Cody, I mean, they've been friends. I mean, I've known Billy's one of my best friends. I mean, we've known each other all my life. And I mean, you know, going to Louisville with Cody when he was a baby. And I mean, we grew up together. And Bill, I've learned a lot from Bill, and, you know, running around with them and stuff like that. Just an honor to be in the same group with these guys is a blessing to me.
I think that's a great sentiment, and I echo that too. Being able to be with you guys here on the show is always an honor and a lot of fun. Luke and Bill, what about it?
It's an honor to be here also with all these guys. Being able to build a truck for this and being invited. It's known most of these guys for a while. I've known Kevin for a really long time, and Randy.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good deal.
We're
Good
happy
deal.
to be here. I do have one question if we have just a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
TW, can you say we thank you for your support? Because you look just like the Bartles and James guy from other commercials, rocking in your rocking chair like that.
Yes. My wife was trying to find a pitchfork a while ago so she could stand beside it. It looked like that picture everybody's grandma had. But hey, I had to dress up today, so she had to bring me some clothes to the shop so I didn't look like nothing I didn't want to represent in this deal. I ain't wearing khakis to nowhere. You know what I mean? No. But yeah, I feel more like Larry, Daryl, and Daryl right now. But hey, we're just, like I said, we're just excited to be here.
Well, and TW, if you want to do your closing, that's fine. By the way, John Jakes just coming into the show, and John's one of the guys that I was talking to in my mind, thinking of when I was saying, you know, now there's a guy that just would always show up with what he brought and drove every day and compete at Mid-America, and he would win trophies. So yes, it can be done, man. It's hard work, but boy, it can be done. So TW, what do you got to say to everybody?
Man, it's an honor to be able to do this with friends that we've got here at their shop doing it. We've got everybody from 17 to 47 sitting here in this circle, and all the ages. Grandpa done went home, went to bed, but he's why we're doing all of this. This is just to sit around, listen to all the cool stories, and we got to start making stories to tell. And man, just this being on here, talking with all you guys, that's a story that'll be around for ages in my camp.
Y'all the start of our stories.
Yeah, y'all are the start of our cool story here. This is, like I said, I'm honored every time I met him.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
That's it. They got to throw another penny in the freaking jukebox. That
Tripped over the cord.
tripped over the cord. Exactly. I got to chime in and just say I'm really happy to see what I'm seeing with generationally things are being passed down, handed off, and you young guys that are in here with us, you're stepping up and carrying on the tradition and carrying the torch forward. And I think that's an important
There we
thing.
go.
I think that's a very important
Are we
thing. Let me
back?
bring him back. There he is.
Hello. These
Hey,
damn phones.
what the hell did you do, man?
Maybe
You're back.
There we are. Yeah, I had a phone call. I'll call you back in a minute, Dave.
Don't people know you're famous and you're on the phone? I mean,
Hey,
come on,
look.
man.
Hey, we're gonna be signing babies tomorrow in the school drop-off line. It's gonna be so cool. Look. My wife's already on the show. There'll be none of that booby signing, babe. I'm a one-woman man. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
There's gonna be a
like
whole,
I said. Anytime I've met anybody that's on this screen, they have been just top-notch guys. And now to be competing with them, heck, everybody here wants to win. But if we don't, we got our butt whooped by the best. And I'm excited to just be in that circle with these guys and have talked them into doing this. I'm pretty sure Jordan's waiting outside the parking lot with a log chain going to beat me with it for trying to put him on here. But, hey, it's all fun. We just want to take some pictures.
well,
Like
hey,
I said, it's been fun, guys, and we look forward to it. We'll see you guys in March.
absolutely. Bill, Cody, what do you guys got to say?
Just an honor to be here with everybody. It's definitely a dream I never thought we'd ever be doing. So,
Well,
definitely
good to have you. Good to meet you.
Yes, sir. You too.
Look
Yeah.
forward to meeting you guys in person when we're all there, and all these trucks are parked and wherever they're going to be. They're going to be in the same area again, JC, as last year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Excellent, excellent, good deal. Kevin, what about it, man? Last in, last out, buddy.
No kidding. Sorry about that.
Hey, no big deal. All good.
Just kind of circling back what everybody else said. It's just an honor to be part of this, and for me, just to be a part of Davis Brothers means a lot to me. And then all the good people that I've got to meet: JC, Randy, Bill, Luke, Cody, Billy, D-Dub, all you guys. It's some of the best people I've ever met, and got the honor to be around, and to be in this not once but twice is
right.
It's a huge honor, and I'm sure that everybody will agree. I'll just be glad once Rag's down.
Yeah.
And we can all sit back. Yeah, I'll sit back and relax a little bit and just enjoy the show. And that's what it's all about. And the competition, everybody wants to win. You know, none of us would be in this if you didn't have the desire to want to try to excel. But man, to be in it with this group of men and to be here with you guys tonight, it's a huge honor, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I think
we don't win, we'll all be friends at the end. It don't matter.
Yeah, we were friends before, and we're for sure going to be friends later.
Exactly. We're going to have fun. Yep.
That's right.
I love hearing that, because I think it's so true. I mean, you guys are friends now. You're going to be friends going through this and coming out the other side. And never is it more true too that, can't wait till Rag's down. As much as it is exciting to get to the point where you can say it's time to put them down, man, it's just even better. Now you can kind of just, you can coast a little bit, not a lot, but you can coast a little bit. You still got to keep everything in shape and in order, and make sure it's top notch through the whole time till you're judged, and that's all over with. So best of luck to everybody. You guys are all invited to come back again in March. We'll reach out to you and get hold of you and make sure that you're here. Kevin, round up the gang next time, and we'll get everybody on board, huh?
I'll grab him by the ears. Actually, Brian is on his way down. He's taken a very short break. We've got our race stuff going on down in Florida. Our race team's down there running just a few days. It's a little winter dirt nationals down there, and he's actually taken probably a much needed couple of days away, but the rest of the guys were still hammering on it, and he's still communicating back and all that, but he was on the road tonight. That's where he was headed to, but he deserves a break every now and then. Him and Tom, neither one very seldom take those. So yeah, it's all good.
You guys are all invited to come join us for Trucking for Kids coming up in May as well. And especially if you want to run down the drag strip with your trucks, we would love to have you all there, or just come park and have fun and be a part of that. We'd love to see you guys, as many of you as you can, turn out for that. It's going to be a Famoso drag strip this year, and moving forward with it. That's our new location now that Irwindale is officially done. So thanks again for tonight. JC, you want to close this out?
I'd like to say, what I was already, I really think that God, our age, salt and pepper the earth, great, are getting involved, and that we've loved so many years. Continue this on, because trucking's not the easiest, building great. Father and
man, I don't know what happened to your audio, bro, but you went into the no zone. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, man.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can hear you now.
Hey, I just wanted to say the father and son, I think it's great. And, it's an honor to know all these guys, all people, and our sponsor, Randy and his crew at First Class. Without this, it wouldn't be possible. And stay tuned. We're in for bigger and better things. It's only going to get better, baby.
All right. Good enough. All right, gentlemen. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend. I don't know what's happening with y'all we're getting blasted with the cold snap here. I think everybody else in the rest of the country is too. So stay safe, stay warm, keep the shiny side up. We'll look forward to seeing y'all in Louisville, and we will see you guys again here on the show in March. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Your support.
All right.
See
Take
y'all.
care.
Thanks for having me.
Night, guys. Love y'all.
All right.
Oh, that's
All right, everybody. We got that worked out and everybody in. Technical difficulties all to the side. Everybody made it in pretty much, and that's all that matters. Excited about the fact that we're going to be able to do this again in March and have everybody join us again. I saw a few people there at the end there. Jamie, good to have you, buddy. Randy, always good to have you on the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to be here. Got some special show, a couple of shows to close the month out. I will be talking more about one of them that's going to be coming up. It's going to be our closer of the month. And then next week, I think we're going to be doing our cover trucker story. So we'll get our February cover truck. Mason Smith, we had him on the show there a couple weeks ago, but we'll get Mason in here in the studio to talk about what it's like to be on the cover of 10-4 magazine. Everybody take care, stay safe, and as I said, keep the shiny side up always. We'll see ya.